श्रीवत्सवंशकलशोदधिकौस्तुभस्य श्रीवासराघवगुरोस्तनयं ततश्च विद्यावाप्य विबुधोत्तमतां दधानं कुर्वे सदा हृदि गुरुं करुणाकराख्यं लक्ष्मीनाथसमारम्भां नाथयामुनमध्यमाम् अस्मदाचार्यपर्यन्तां वन्दे गुरुपरम्परां यो नित्यमच्युतपदाम्बुजयुग्मरुक्मव्यामोहतस्तदितराणि तृणाय मेने अस्मद्गुरोर्भगवतोऽस्य दयैकसिन्धोः रामानुजस्य चरणौ शरणं प्रपद्ये मातापिता युवतयस्तनया विभूतिः सर्वं यदेव नियमेन मदन्वयानाम् आद्यस्य नः कुलपतेर्वकुलाभिरामं श्रीमत्तदङ्घ्रियुगलं प्रणमामि मूर्ध्ना भूतं सरश्च महदाह्वय भट्टनाथ श्रीभक्तिसारकुलशेखरयोगिवाहान् भक्ताङ्घ्रिरेणुपरकालयतीन्द्रमिश्रान् श्रीमत्पराङ्कुशमुनिं प्रणतोऽस्मि नित्यम् श्रीमान् वेङ्कटनाथार्यः कवितार्किककेसरी वेदान्ताचार्यवर्यो मे सन्निधत्तां सदा हृदि. In the previous lecture, we saw about the types of avatars of Bhagavan. Then we saw about the different forms of Lakshmi. How Lakshmi is sometimes classified as Ashtalakshmi, or how in other contexts we classify the consort of Bhagavan into Shri, Bhu and Neela. Then we said that Bhu, that is Bhumi Devi, one of her avatars was Sita. Likewise, another avatara was Andal. We saw a little about the life of Andal, who we call as Kodai or Goda in Sanskrit, which is Kodai in Tamil. About her, we saw in the previous class. Now let us continue from where we left off. Now this Periyalvar, he was known as Vishnu Chitta, correct? We saw the first shloka of Goda Stuti. Shri Vishnu Chitta Kulanandana Kalpavallim. We discussed that shloka. So Periyalvar is called Vishnu Chitta. Now, he was a great devotee and he was a very great scholar. We saw how in the court of the king, he won over all the scholars and got royal respect. Along with royal respect, he also got divine blessings. So he was a great devotee, he was a great scholar, he was an established scholar because of which the king gave him all the honors. He was an established devotee and scholar because of which Bhagavan himself came on Garuda along with his consorts and along with his entire retinue to give him darshan. But these qualities were not enough to show his greatness. There was something more about his greatness. What is that? He got the best certificate of his greatness when Bhumi Pirati decided to come on earth and become his daughter. So, his daughter, Andal, she is the one who has given him so much grace. The greatest reason why he is celebrated is not because of his devotion or because of his debating skills, but the fact that Andal was his daughter. So it is the daughter's grace that made the father truly great. When I say truly great, what does it imply? Is being a devotee not enough? No, he was already a great devotee. He was already a great scholar. But how do we know all of that? The best certificate that you can get, he got darshan of Bhagavan, right? But darshan of Bhagavan, some other people have also got. Think about it. Ravana got darshan of Rama. Is that not so? Kamsa got darshan of Krishna. Is that not so? But if you think about how Andal was born as his daughter, that is truly making Vishnu Chitta Swami into a very blessed person. It is 100% proof, unquestionable proof of his greatness. It is by his daughter's grace, not just the fact that she was born, but also what is going to happen in her life. Eventually, she is going to marry Vishnu. Everybody knows the story. He became the father-in-law of Vishnu. He became an elder to Vishnu by becoming Vishnu's father-in-law. So it is the association with Kodai, who is called Goda in Sanskrit, or Andal in pure Tamil. She is the one, her association is the one that has truly made him great, that has truly made him big. The word Periya means big or great. How did he become bigger than Bhagavan? By becoming his father-in-law. What is the biggest certificate for his greatness? The fact that Andal was his daughter. No matter how you look at it, no matter how you look at it, he, when he was praying to Bhagavan, you might remember how the Alvar was not asking for things from Bhagavan, but was giving blessings to Bhagavan. Correct? He was giving blessings to Bhagavan, but it was out of such pure devotion. Bhagavan, knowing this nature of the Alvar, ensured that the Alvar gets a position where he can give the blessing. So Bhagavan has given this position. Now he is the father-in-law. After she gets married to Bhagavan, Periyalvar becomes the father-in-law. No, father-in-law can bless the son-in-law, right? So Bhagavan reciprocates automatically without being asked. That is his nature. Let us see a little more about what happened in Andal's case. We completed yesterday's class by saying that as she grew up, she used to wear garland that was supposed to be meant for Bhagavan. Every day, her father would tie flowers into a garland. He would tie it, he would prepare the garland in advance, not like he would prepare the garland and immediately go to the temple. He would prepare it in advance and keep it. And during the appropriate time for puja, he would take it to the temple and offer it to Bhagavan. But in between the time of preparation of the garland and the time of taking the garland to the temple, in between that time, when he would be away, what would his daughter do? She would wear the garland herself. She was a young girl, no doubt about that. But is it a very childish thing? Let us see. So in his absence, young Kodai would wear the garland herself. One day, she was caught by her father. One day, she was caught. For a long time, she used to do it. She used to wear the garland, go in front of the mirror, look at herself, look at how perfectly the garland is matching her, and also think about how it is going to match Bhagavan. But one day, because she was doing this without the knowledge of her father, it continued for some time. One day she got caught. On that day, her father was nervous. He was sad. He was scared. He had so many emotions at once. What has happened? What has my daughter done? The garland that is freshly prepared and is supposed to be freshly offered to Bhagavan, that is how I have been doing since forever. Or at least that is how I have been thinking all this while. But today, I am seeing that my daughter has won it before getting it offered. She has committed a great crime. Something that has been used by an ordinary human cannot be offered to Bhagavan. Whatever he gets has to be fresh. Therefore, that night, he did not offer the garland to Bhagavan. He was very sad. That day, he did not offer to Bhagavan. He was very sad. That night, he was still lying down in sadness, crying, thinking about what crime he might have committed in the past, that such an apachara has happened. But in his dream, Bhagavan appeared. Bhagavan appeared in the dream. But before we see what happened in the dream, we should try to understand the concept of offering. Why do we offer things to Bhagavan? We should understand that. Correct? There is no need to offer anything at all. There is just being a good person is enough. Some people argue that way. But if you are a good person, you will get Swarga. Will you get Moksha? Moksha cannot be attained by just being good. Does it mean that you can be bad? No, not at all. You have to be good. But being good can help you only so much. If you are good, you will get good karma. Good karma will not get moksha. Getting freed from karma is only called moksha. So good karma is also going to keep you bound to samsara sagar. This has to be understood by us. We therefore have the necessity to come out of samsara sagara. We have to show devotion to Bhagavan. We have to perform bhakti. We have to do sharanagati. What if we don't do it properly? What if we do not perform sharanagati properly? If we do it even mentally, Bhagavan will accept us. We see it in the case of Kakasura. He did a big crime. He did a big crime. He was only slightly punished because the astra was already sent out. The eye was hit. We see about the Sharanagati performed by Trijata and the other Rakshasis who were there with her, who were also granted Abhaya. Did they go and formally perform Sharanagati? Very important question there. But here's the point. The point is, at some point of time, we have to offer to Bhagavan. The purest Sharanagati is where we offer ourselves completely to Bhagavan. When we say remove ahankara, remove mamakara, what does it mean? Aham means I, mama means my. I will not think that way. How will I think? If I am a Shri Vaishnava, I will think dasoham. I will not think aham. I will think dasoham. I am the servant of Bhagavan. Am I the servant of Bhagavan alone? Dasa dasoham. I am the servant of servants of Bhagavan also. We have to offer ourselves that way. This is taught by the Alvars. This is taught by the Acharyas of Vishishtadvaitha. Now, when we are behaving in this way, the purest Sharanagata will easily get moksha. The practical Sharanagata, who performs prapatti, about which we have already discussed, the practical Sharanagata will declare surrender and will declare helplessness and therefore get moksha, assuming the Mahavishvasa is not getting broken. The fact that a Bhagavatapachara has not been committed. Under that assumption, we say moksha is for sure. But there are some people who might not really want to offer anything to Bhagavan. Bhagavan is Parama Karunika. He wants to take from us. We are selfish. We do not want to give him. Recently, I was talking with a person. He asked, what can I offer to Bhagavan? And I cited the famous shloka from Bhagavad Gita, Patram Pushpam Phalam Toyam. Even the simplest of things, a simple tulasi leaf, some fragrant flower, some fruit, fresh fruit, even water. You don't even have to offer milk. You offer at least water, so easily available. Bhagavan gets happy very easily. It is so easy to please him. But I was told, I find it very difficult to get time. I will try to start offering these things from Saturday onwards. He told me on a weekday. He said, I find it very difficult to get time to offer water to Bhagavan. I will start it. I will try to set a deadline and try to start by this weekend. At least he wants to start. It is a great effort. It is a great intention. We have to appreciate it. But when he says he does not have the time, what prevents us from having time to go and offer things to Bhagavan? We aren't able to offer time to Bhagavan. We are not able to offer. Once a year, the Brahmana has to do Yajnopavita Dharana on the day of Upakarma. Yajnopavita Dharana, the changing of the sacred thread and once again putting a new one, that Dharana, once again wearing that Punad Dharana, it is done on specific occasions. When it gets cut, you can change it. When it gets too dirty, you can change it. Like that they say. But mandatorily, it is to be changed on the day of Upakarma, right? It happens what? Once a year, 2 days we have. On one day, we do the japa. We recite Kamokar Shit, Manyurakar Shit. The day after that, we call it Gayatri Japa. On that day, we recite Gayatri Mantra. We are supposed to recite Gayatri Mantra for 1008 times. And this happened with me once in my school days. I went with my father to the temple. The temple priest would teach the Sankalpa and I would recite as taught by the priest. The priest said the word for 108. When my father interrupted, he said, no, we do it for 1008 on this day. He said, the priest said, You will be the only ones having so much time to offer to Bhagavan. Look at all the others. There are people who are reciting 10 times and are running to office. There are people who are doing for 108 times and rushing to office. You seem to be having a lot of time to spare. Therefore, you are offering it to Bhagavan. These were the words told to us. But it is a fact. We have time for a lot of things. But do we really have time for Bhagavan? When do you have time for Bhagavan? We should think about it. Offering to Bhagavan, you can offer n number of things. It could be a physical item. It could be your mental state. I offer a song to Bhagavan. Let me sing a bhajan to Bhagavan. Or let me recite his names. Or let me just think about him. Whatever it be, it requires time. If we are unwilling to offer to Bhagavan, Bhagavan will try his best to take from us. We all know how Krishna behaved. Krishna used to steal butter. What sort of example is he setting? After growing up, he is going to teach Arjuna. Yad yad acharati shreshtaha tattadeve taro naraha sayat pramanam kurute lokas tadanu vartate. Krishna is going to tell Arjuna a beautiful shloka. Very beautiful shloka. Yat yat acharati shreshtaha. The Shrestha, the foremost person, a great person. Whatever he follows, however he practices, tattadevetaro naraha. The ordinary person will follow only that. Why? Because the ordinary person follows the Shrestha person. Sayat pramanam kurute. Lokas tadanu vartate. Whatever example is set, whatever norm is set by the Shrestha, whatever is presented by the Shrestha will be taken as pramana. And as per that pramana only, the entire world will also function. This is a very important rule in marketing. You should be what the customer loves. Whoever the customer thinks to be great, that person is what you should bring. Be it in advertisement, be it in marketing. How does this influencer marketing work? All of them work in that way only. Whoever people consider, oh, I like Sachin a lot. Sachin says boost is the secret of my energy. Therefore, I will buy boost. This is how the world works. Bhagavan has taught us. This is how the world works. This is the psychology. Who understands psychology better than Bhagavan? Who understands anything at all better than Bhagavan? Such a great person, Krishna. He who is saying that whatever a Shrestha follows, that only the others will follow. Therefore, you have to set the right example. Who is saying this? The guy who literally stole butter. He would go from house to house. He would steal butter. He would break pots. How many things, how many atrocities has he done as a child? Is this the example that you set for children? No, that was all just playing around. It was for fun. Okay, if it was for fun, why did you really break the pots, or why did you steal butter? If in childhood itself you teach people to steal butter, in the future they will steal valuable jewels and become thieves only. How is it fair? There are many answers given for this. But in our context, there is one very important answer. When Bhagavan takes something from us, he takes away our sins. He takes away our problems. He takes away our sadness. If I steal butter from a person, that person will not gain anything. That person will only lose. But if Krishna steals butter from a person, that person will get a very great future. Sadgati they will get for offering butter to Krishna. There is a difference between myself and Krishna. So, whoever got to lose their butter to Krishna, whoever ended up offering butter to Krishna, willingly or unwillingly, all of them got a great gati. All of them got a great future. Even if you unknowingly offer something to Bhagavan, he will say, oh, why are you unknowingly doing it? Because in the past you were so good that your karma has made you to do this to me. You were already a good person. Therefore, even though you are unknowingly doing good karma, I will still value it and I will give you the full phala for it. Bhagavan is ready to give. By mistake, not by mistake, but without the intention of calling Vishnu, Ajamila called out Narayana. But we all know what happened. He was saved from Yamaloka. So he was saved from Yamaloka Gati. Bhagavan is waiting to help us. We see it in the story of Karna. Why did Karna? A lot of people have spread wrong stories about Karna. Since the last few centuries itself, unfortunately for us, fake stories about Karna have become very popular. They have presented Karna as a very good person, the best friend that a guy could have, the most dharmic person, the most charitable person, and so on. Those who have studied Vyasa Bharata would know that forget offering to Bhagavan. Whatever he offered to humans also, firstly, he never offered anything to Bhagavan. Secondly, whatever he offered to humans, even that wasn't real charity. He takes a pledge in Mahabharata. From today onwards, I will offer anything in charity that is being asked from me. So that as the phala of offering in charity that way, I will get the power to defeat Arjuna. Karna wanted to defeat Arjuna. Having got defeated by Arjuna, he took a pledge that I want to become better than Arjuna. I want to become able enough to kill Arjuna. For that, I need good phala. May that good karma phala come to me from this particular ritual that I do until then. What is that ritual? The ritual of charity. So his charity was not pure charity. It was not a sattvika dana. Krishna talks in the Gita about three types of danas. Sattvika dana, rajasa dana, tamasa dana. When you do not expect anything in return, when you truly feel sympathy, when you feel sorry, when you feel the pain of the needy and you go to help them, it would be sattvika dana. When you say, let me offer whatever I'm being asked so that that punya will help me to achieve my ulterior goals, that is not good character. When we offer to Bhagavan also, we should remember this. There are some people who offer things to Bhagavan seeking materialistic benefits. There are plenty of people doing that. It is technically not a sin, but it is not the best way to offer to Bhagavan. We have already discussed. Krishna said, Chaturvidha bhajante mam. Four types of people worship me. Arto jignasur artharthi jnani cha bharatarshaba. We have discussed about that before. So there are some people who offer because they seek materialistic benefits. There are some people who offer seeking moksha. There are some people who offer simply because they have love for Bhagavan. You give moksha, you don't give moksha, I don't care. But I am your devotee. I have absolute love and affection for you. I will keep offering to you. no matter what you give me. There are those kinds of great saintly people also. That is the best way of offering. So Karna was doing charity in this way. Firstly, he did not understand the theory of karma properly. You cannot decide which karma will give you which phala. Secondly, all his life, Karna did not donate anything to Bhagavan. Therefore, out of supreme compassion, towards the end of Karna's life, Krishna himself went and asked in charity. At that time also, Karna gave out of selfishness, but it was given to Bhagavan. Whatever Karna gave at that time, he did not refuse to give. He gave. When Krishna went and asked, people present Krishna as the villain. Look, Karna was a good guy, unfortunately on the wrong side. But look, even Krishna is cheating him. No, Krishna was not cheating him. Krishna never cheats anyone. When he takes offerings that we give, it is showing that he is reciprocating to devotees. When he is coming to us and trying his level best to get the offerings from us, it shows how compassionate he is. So, Bhagavan is supremely compassionate. To such a compassionate person, we should not wait for him to come to us and ask, please give, I want to help you. Please give, I want to help you. We should go to him. Who really benefits? We benefit by offering to Bhagavan. Bhagavan has nothing to benefit. He is avapta samasta kama. And therefore, we should offer with a pure heart the best that we can. If we are poor, you offer whatever you have. If you are rich, you offer whatever you have. It doesn't matter. Don't be stingy. But during the offerings, how should we be? We should have a pure heart. Bhagavan is bhavagrahi. We should have a pure heart. With a pure heart, even if you offer a single leaf of tulasi, Bhagavan would be greatly pleased. We see that in the scripture. We should be with a pure heart. Okay. How should the offering be? It should be the best possible thing that we can offer. Correct? I will drink mineral water. I will offer tap water to Bhagavan. If I do that, what does it show about me? It shows that I am not a bhakta. Naturally, whatever we offer has to be the best. No matter who we are offering to. Whether it is a cow that you are giving in dana, or whether it is milk that you are offering to Bhagavan, you have to make sure that it is offered in the best possible way. There was a great Acharya called Vishishtadvaitha. He was the grandson of Varada Vishnu Mishra, who was the nephew of Bhagavad Ramanuja. This great Acharya was Swami Vedanta Deshika's Acharya's Acharya. Swami Vedanta Deshika learned from his maternal uncle. His maternal uncle, Appullar, he learned from the famous Vatsya Varadacharya, who is better known in Tamil as Nadadu Rammal. How did he get that name, Nadadu Rammal? Ammal means mother. How did he get the name of mother? Once, in the temple of Kanchipuram, in the famous temple of Kanchipuram, he witnessed hot milk being offered to Bhagavan. Unwilling to let it get offered to Bhagavan, he went and cooled it down. He said, when we are offering milk, of course he is Bhagavan. He doesn't get affected by heat or cold or anything. But when we offer, We should offer with complete devotion, complete bhakti, with a pure heart, and therefore whatever we offer has to be the best. This milk is too hot. Would we accept the milk when it is hot? We wouldn't accept. In the same way, we shouldn't offer to Bhagavan what we ourselves are not going to accept. He cooled the milk and then offered to Bhagavan. Being pleased with it, Bhagavan called him mother because he was showing motherly affection to Bhagavan. Like how a mother would not let even the slightest harm come to her child, this Acharya was behaving with Bhagavan. So Bhagavan himself called him Ammal, and thus his name became Nadadur Ammal, the Ammal of Nadadur. That is how the offering should be. Correct? Even milk that is offered has to be cooled properly. Then, can you offer a used item? Of course not. You cannot offer a used item. I will use it, and after I have used it, when it is already used, will I give something to Bhagavan in second hand? No, that shouldn't be there. Whatever you give should be the best. Whatever you give should be unused. If you have used it, maybe you would give it to some inferior person, right? What do people do? Rich people, sometimes they cook a lot of food. They eat. Then they see some food is left. What do? They give some food to the dog. They give some food to the servant. Then they go to the street and give some food to the beggar. Is Bhagavan such an inferior person? He is the exact opposite, right? He is superior than the most superior. He is so superior, he is so infinitely superior that we cannot even measure his superiority. That is why we call him Paramatma, Parama Purusha. To him, we cannot offer used items. Furthermore, humans have multiple problems in the context of garlands. Our body always secretes some waste or the other. Our skin keeps sweating. Many times we may not realize, we may not see the liquid sweat, but our skin is still bringing out impurities. It will collect impurities from the air, it will keep the dust and other dirt on it, and it will also push out some more impurities. So if I touch a garland, I am making the garland impure. After that, I offer it to Bhagavan. That is making him also impure. Is that not so? Understanding all of these things, Periyalvar was extremely sad, and therefore he did not offer the garland to Bhagavan. But guess what happened? In his dream, Bhagavan came, and Bhagavan is asking, why did you do this? Every day you were bringing me the garland. Why have you suddenly stopped? Hmm? Do you know? Do you think your daughter has polluted it? You don't seem to know. Whatever your daughter was offering me, whenever you were bringing me the mala, you were bringing me the garland that had already been worn by your daughter. When it came that way, it had the special fragrance of devotion. It had a very special fragrance that attracted me a lot. I absolutely enjoyed it, completely accepted it. Now what are you doing? You are saying you are not going to offer the garland worn by your daughter to me. More than the freshest and the most fragrant garland that could ever be prepared. It is the garland worn by Goda Devi that I prefer. Therefore, do not consider your daughter's actions as inappropriate. I am absolutely fine with it. This incident taught Periyar about the divinity of his daughter that he had until then not understood. He did not know that his daughter was a very divine being. He brought her up like an ordinary girl, ordinary Vaishnava devotee girl. That is all he thought. He did not think that she would be such a divine person. Now comes a question. Remember how we asked about Krishna. You will talk so much about Shresthatva, then you will steal butter. How is this fair? Likewise, we just said that whatever is offered to Bhagavan has to be offered completely, perfectly. Is Bhagavan not setting a wrong example here by accepting the garland of Kodainachya? How is he able to accept the garland of Andal? He shouldn't accept, right? Isn't he setting a bad example? How do we look at this? One possible way, like we said before, Atyanta Bhakti Yuktanam Naiva Shastram Nachakramaha. Extreme devotion. It was offered with extreme devotion. He is Bhavagrahi, therefore he accepted. Another way to think about it, she was not a human. We thought she is human, but she is not human. Periyar did not know that she is Bhumi Devi, right? She was the eternal consort of Bhagavan. And therefore, Bhagavan was okay with it. A third way to answer. This is just a Leela played by Bhagavan. Why should he have Andal wear the garland without the knowledge of the Alvar? Can't he tell first itself, your daughter is divine, I will ask her to wear the garland, I will absolutely appreciate it. Bhagavan did not do it. She would wear it first, she would wear it for several days that way. After that, Periyar will come to know, then he will feel sad. After that, Bhagavan will say, don't feel sad. What is this? This is Leela. This is yet another way of answering. It is a Leela of Bhagavan. Oh, but does it mean that he can play with the minds and emotions of people? If he plays with the emotions of people and makes them sad, I cannot accept him as Bhagavan. What if somebody comes and argues that way? No, no, no. He was not playing with the emotions of people. Whatever happened, happened for a purpose. It was to teach great concepts that this happened. Had this incident not happened, we wouldn't have known the greatness of Periyar, we wouldn't have known the greatness of Andal. Imagine, every day she wore the garland and offered to Bhagavan. Bhagavan accepted it. What will we think? We will think she had a lot of devotion, he accepted it, that's all. But when Bhagavan himself comes in the dream and says, why are you stopping that practice? No, I want that practice back. That takes her to a whole new level of respect. So, it is indeed Leela. We say Lokavattu Leela Kaivalyam. Everything that Bhagavan does is Leela. What is not Leela? Bhagavad Ramanuja said, Akhila Bhuvana Janma Sthema Bhanga Dilile. Janma, Thema, Bhanga. Creation, preservation, destruction. Adi, etc. also. Bhagavad Ramanuja added. Be it giving blessings, taking avatars, whatever. All of them are Leelas for Bhagavan. Everything is Leela for Bhagavan. But we call it Leela because he has nothing to gain from it. When we look at it deeply, we will understand that every Leela of Bhagavan is for our benefit only. So, he wasn't a sadist, he wasn't playing just like that with the minds of Periyar. He did it for the benefit of Periyar and for the benefit of all of us who learn this story till today and learn the essence of dharma and bhakti from it. Swami Deshika, in the fifth verse of Godastuti, he composed a work called Godastuti. They say he went to Srivilliputtur, where Andal was born, right? He went to Srivilliputtur and was observing Mauna Vrata. But on that day, although he was observing Mauna Vrata, he saw a procession of Andal. As the procession came near him, without his own knowledge, without the control, he automatically started singing praises of Kodai, Andal. So he automatically started singing the praise of Andal. And he himself says so. He himself says so. In the second shloka of Godastuti. We have seen the first shloka before. In the second shloka, he says, your greatness cannot be described properly even by the Vedas. Will I be ever able to talk about your greatness? I am aware of it. I am trying to be silent. Yet, your auspicious qualities are so great that I am unable to stay silent. I am being made to speak. I am being made to sing your glories. O Mother Goda, you are giving me the ability to speak. You are giving me the ability to sing about you. You are giving me the ability to please your dear consort. In this way, he says in the third shloka. In the fourth shloka, he says, the river Yamuna, the great river Yamuna, how did it become great? It got greatness because of its association with Krishna. Likewise, by association with your words, like how by association with Krishna, Yamuna got greatness, by association with the words that you have taught in Tirupavai, Nachiyar Tirumuri, whatever it be, whatever you have taught us. People, poets, they also get greatness. Now comes the fifth shloka. Here, he talks about something more. In fact, in a number of shlokas of Godastuti, Swami Deshika would talk about the garland in a number of shlokas. This is one shloka in which he talks about the garland. Swami Deshika is saying, Asma drasham apakritau chiradikshita ahna yade vidayate yadasau mukundaha tannishchitam niyamitas tavamaulidam na tantri ninada madhuraishcha giram nigumbhaihi. Mukunda, that is Bhagavan, he is now giving his grace and blessings even to a person like me. Asmadrasham apakritav, person like me. Who is a person like me? A person like me who does always bad things, wrong things. Chiradikshitanam, apakritav chiradikshitanam. It is not just that I do bad things. I have got a diksha, a great qualification. Chiradiksha. At what? Doing bad things, doing sins, at making mistakes and at committing sins. I have gained the highest qualification. I have got a Chira Diksha. I have got a very steady, stable, eternal Diksha in that. I always commit mistakes. But even a person like me is being blessed by Mukunda. Definitely. Tan nishchitam. Niyamitas tava maulidamna. Tantri ninada maduraishcha giram nigumbhahi. That is definitely because he has been bound by the garlands that you wear and the compositions that you have composed, your compositions, which are as sweet as the uh, sound of the veena, and your garlands that are so fragrant that they captivate Bhagavan. Because of them only, Bhagavan has decided to give blessings to me. In this way, Swami Deshika praises Goda Devi and also her garland. Her garland is playing a role in Bhagavan giving me blessings. Imagine how great it should be then. So, this is how Kodai Nachya, that is Andal Devi, is celebrated. Of course, her life does not, her life story does not get concluded there. Something important has to happen after this. What is that? The Alvar, after the dream, he changes his mind. He decides to offer the garland to Bhagavan. Eventually, he gives away Andal in marriage to Bhagavan himself with a great ceremony. After the marriage, Andal disappears. Periyalvar disappears. Why? Where did they disappear? Did they go to some faraway place? Did they take up Vanaprastha? Did they get lost? No, no, no. They went back there. Purpose of birth, purposes of birth were already met. So Andal left. She went along with Bhagavan. She went to the temple and disappeared. Periyalvar also left his life and disappeared. Where did they go to? They went to the eternal realm, where they have been eternally performing seva to Bhagavan. So, this is the story of Andal. In the next class, we will see about Vishishtadvaitha as presented by Tirupavai. Of course, it is a very big topic. We will be covering only a very small portion of it. But we will look at Vishishtadvaitha, teachings of Vishishtadvaitha philosophy as presented in the Tirupavai. Tirupavai has only 30 verses, but it contains the entirety of the teachings of the Vedas. The whole essence of everything is covered there. In 700 shlokas, Bhagavad Gita brought out the essence of the Vedas. Goda Devi, even more compassionate. In 30 verses, in just 30 songs, she brought out the essence of the entirety of the Vedas. Let us celebrate her that way. So with that, let us conclude today's lecture. Once again, thank you for waiting. And if you have any doubt, any question or any feedback, please feel free to ask or speak.
It was very nice, very engrossing, and many insights we got, even though some aspects of Andal story was known, but there were very new insights. My only request is next week you can cover, if it is required, what is similarity or differences between Bhakta Meera and Andal?
Okay, we will add that also.
Okay, thank you.
See, We have come to Vishishtadvaitha, we have come to the story of Andal. You are asking about the similarities and differences between the story of Mirabai and Andal, right? So we can very well look at that. Uh, we will
Thank you.
look at that. Yes, we will look at that in the next class. Thank you for attending.
Thank you.
तत्सर्वं शकलशोधदिकौस्तुभस्य श्रीवासराघवगुरोस्तनयं ततश्च विद्यावाप्य विबुधोत्तमतां ददानं पूर्वे सदा हृदि गुरुं करुणाकराख्यम् रत्नपरैः आचार्य पुरोगमैः सर्वैः गुरुवैराचार्यैः सत्कृतायास्मि